Hi, my name is Raven. Welcome back to my channel. So today I just wanted to get in on here and talk to whoever who may be watching this. And I wanted to let you guys know that I might be in a podcast really soon. I go on this website called deepundergroundpoetry.com, and they had read one of my poems called My Body. I actually have a video about it on here as well, and they really liked it, and they told me that they think a lot of girls can relate to the poem, and they wanted me to do an audio of it, and so that way they can review it with whoever's going to be on their podcast. And I think that's pretty awesome. People will be reviewing my poem, hearing it, and maybe they'll be interested in looking at my other poems I have on there. So I think it will be great. And I also can't wait to see who else has experienced some of the same things I have. So what I wanted to do is to try to do like a review about that specific poem and tell you my thoughts on why I went that direction that I did. So here we go. The first part is: I look in the mirror and see that my body is built differently. Some girls stuff tissue to have a big chest. I may look happy, but inside I'm suffering. I already had a big chest, but I would get picked on for it while you're trying to look your best. And that basically is like I was referring to, um, like girls I've seen on television and whatnot, how they have a flatter chest and they would always like stuff tissues in the bra to make it look like they had a bigger chest, if that makes sense. But I never like really heard it through like a person that's built like me, through their perspective of them going to certain problems. So that's basically what I was trying to say. I was like, while you were trying to make yourself look bigger from that area, I was being picked on for already being like that in naturally. They say you should be happy you get a lot of attention, but I've always been the target for danger. There was no prevention. For me, this is no stranger. And this is about many issues I've always had through the years. I always felt like I specifically was the target of all kinds of danger, being how my body was built. And hopefully, maybe one day I'll go over some of that trauma in my poetry. I've always wanted to be skinny because I thought that was a good look. I always wished for a smaller chest so that creeps would go away. As I write in my notebook, didn't want them to stay. So I always felt that if I had a skinnier chest and maybe a skinny body, that maybe creeps wouldn't be interested in me. Or I just thought at a certain time when I was younger, mostly through high school, that you should be skinny, that was the thing. And I guess, well, I know I was wrong about that, because you should love your body no matter what shape or size it is. I just felt like, well, if I was skinnier I would have had a better chance, I guess. I also wanted a bigger butt. It seems they think I should have one because I have a big chest. Sometimes I would hear if my chest was even real. They say I'm blessed, so what is the deal? Okay, so about having a bigger butt, that comes from a message I have received from a guy implying that, because I guess in the pictures they only saw from my chest up, like this way. So they assume, well, you have a big chest, so you must have a big butt. And I think that's so stupid of guys to assume that just because of what they see in a picture. And then the part that about my chest being real or fake, I would hear that even from one of my own friends who implied that I should have an x ray done to prove to her they were real. Guys tell me I have to shave, well, like perfect, everything, which puts pressure on me to look the best just because of a little hair. But I know how things go in a fling. They want me to be bare. Okay, so this one I have a huge opinion on, and this comes from a lot of guys that wanted to mess around with me. They wanted me to, shave, my private area. And I just feel like I do that, but not all the way perfect as they would want because they want all the hair off. And I'm just like, are you kidding me? Like, I don't understand what's like the big deal about it. I'm like, I don't really get what's the whole huge problem about them wanting it absolutely bare and perfect. I just never understood it. I was like, that's just completely ridiculous. So that's where that came from. Seems like I have to pose the right way with the right slutty outfits. I guess that is what's in. I feel like just let me be comfortable with my body. Don't overwhelm or pressure me. It's my choice to do or not show my skin. Let me be free. So I did have a situation like this. I'm not gonna say no names, but I always felt the way the person went about it was more like pressuring me to pose the right way when you're like sending anyone nudes or anything like that. And for me, it's a lot of pressure because you send it this way, that way, and then they're like, no, I want it this way and that way. And you're just like, it's like, it gets too much for me, especially me that I have anxiety. It's just like, let me be free and I'll be willing to do certain things like that, but don't just pressure me and bombard me with it. If I feel too much pressure, I won't even have sex with you. It makes my anxiety rise. You wouldn't know what I've been through. I know I'm a fantasy in your eyes. So, well, like I said, that kind of stuff does make my anxiety up to the roof. And not a part of not knowing what I've been through, which is true. A lot of these people have no idea what I've been through when it comes to the sexual aspect of it. And then the I'm a fantasy in your eyes. I do think that that's the first thing people think about when they look at me. I don't think they necessarily see the person inside. They just see the outer image, and they just go with that. And like, I already know that, so it's basically saying like, you can't fool me. So that is the poem that they picked, and I'm very much excited to see where this goes, and hopefully to find out when the podcast does go up. And maybe I could like put a link for you guys down once I have more information so that maybe you guys can check it out. But you should definitely check out that website, the deepundergroundpoetry.com. I really do love that website. The other website I do go to as well is allpoetry.com. They're good as well. So just let me know what y'all think.